around his gonads to string him up by his death.
Yes.
But, da-da.
Can we play James Bond music while I'm in there? The GoldenEye thing.
You're like fucking Kronk. Doing your own theme music.
Alright. So, after investigating the court jesters group a little bit more and finding out the situations at hand,
I haven't looked at it yet.
what you fucking do, mate? Investigating the court jesters group a little bit more. After finding out that Mr. J is the nickname of the halfling Silga's love interest there at the Fallen Tower, as well as finding out that one of the other main heads, called Bornus, that Chiron had a nice little ditty with before leaving and starting a nice little party, came to realize that they have a fairly strong foothold in the positions that they have among the populace of the lower rabble and peasantry of Arcton, but also as well as that there seems to be some issue with the fact that there's very clear evidence of broken wagon pieces, though no whole wagons or horses or any of the sort. Though there are definite evidence and signs and pieces showing that they have attacked wagons before. Does give some sway and support, though, on the prospect of that they have been selling to the people items that they stole, but at the same time the items that they've been stealing were supposed to be support and food rations and help for these people for free instead of having them pay for it. On the main issue of the Knights of Arcton, and as well as the Radiant Shield being very thinly spread and trying to keep the peace and making sure that people's riots don't get too far out of hand. You did also notice another person who looked to be of the court jesters members, but unfortunately you did not get a chance to investigate further, as he seemed to overlook a crowd that looked like it was about to start a riot at one of the inner gates of Arcton going to the middle tiers. After meeting Shiram and bringing him back to Migum and continuing these investigations to the warehouse and buying a Shield Guardian's arm, we managed to figure out the other figureheads, but as well as Cordelia managed to catch a glimpse as another silent figurehead kind of overlooked from the third floor up above. With the help of Ikor and the mental connection she has, she was able to visually see this person briefly, though he said nothing. It was very clear that he was watching the entire time and the interaction between you and Bornus. After which he seemed to have written out a letter and then attached it to a hawk before sending it out. At this point, you all decided to come up with a plan away from Shiram in a small little Liam's hut to impersonate Bornus and be able to slip in under the cover of night and investigate the tower a little more thoroughly and hopefully find more of the papers that Silga had brought down signed by Mr. J with the Shield Guardian's arm marked off on one of the charts. Also to gain a little more depth and possible information, or even some of the higher-ups of the supposed court jesters groups. At this point, you were just about heading out. Kaldir, before you headed out, you went and checked out the messengers to see if there was anything received. In one of the letters that you'd have received from Gestalt, in reference to the Fegrim, the most that they managed to find in itself was that it kept many underlings, and if there were any other possible offspring, it would be extraordinarily hard to track, as they usually keep underlings, either promise them power or force them into servitude and slavery through magical means to which they could not escape.
I don't think that was what I asked.
Trying to
It was whether or not what would the Queen of Monsters like favored creatures were.
That's right. In this manner, the listings it would go over strange and odd beasts, ranging from usually could be abnormally large creatures, could be giant weasels, a giant boar. More distinctly, though, some who are looking to be abomination type creatures that you wouldn't assume to be normal or even of natural creation in itself. Could be a boar that's made of ooze, or even just the mound of flesh that could be faceless but still acts like an actual animal or shark or so.
So the kind of thing that could hide behind a mask.
Sometimes, depending on what this kind of creature is. Many of them are not sentient, and if they are, sometimes they're usually of elder creation, much older, far more wiser just due to age. And then there's others that are clearly just purely instinctual creatures and always will be. Though there are different points that have suggested the ones that are more sentient give respect to the symbol of the Night Mother. It's the Pale Night, and the symbolism of what looks like a woman veiled in white cloth, giving shape to her figure. Other than that, and which also reminds me, Color, they would send you imagery of what the symbol would usually look like.
For the Queen of Monsters?
Yes, the Pale Night.
Okay. I'll put that in a pocket to remember it.
Alright. So in which, at this point, you start heading out, and you said you wanted to get there ahead of time a little bit, just to see if anyone leaves when it starts getting to be dusk and night.
Yes.
Oh. So, as you do keep watch on the main tower itself, you actually do notice that there are, between the saleswoman that you saw there, Rilloy, and Stoners, the bodyguard that was with her, leaving as it gets to be dusk, you could see one of the archers starts to head down. You could see from the front end having a brief discussion, and then her giving what seems to be safeguard payment to one of the archers who are already at the tower itself. And as he goes into the section, clearly to keep eye over everything, you can see all the other gnomes stop picking through the wood in other areas and start returning to their tents and collecting around. Also, at this point, you do start to see from the other section down near the river itself what looks like somebody setting out a wood walkway, and then a group of very savage-looking folk start walking across to the other side of the river. You can see some of the archers from above actually collect with them, and start walking down the main road as it starts heading towards dusk and night. There seems to be about 4 of these fellows, dressed pretty, well, not in a regular means. They seem to have furs and cloths, very warrior-like and very savage. 2 of them seem to be either orc or half-orc, as the others are clearly human, but of a much more burly build and have various hides themselves. You could see one woman seems to be Goliath in form, kind of giving out orders before they cross the wood walkway, before heading back into the smaller section near the river in between. You can make out what looks to be kind of like a storeroom that they seem to have kind of built in. You're not sure what they might have in there, but it's pretty clear that it was built in on purpose to kind of keep things collected or out of sight.
Ooh.
Aside from that, you don't see too much. You can hear the gnomes kind of laughing and chuckling as they seem to ready some rabbits and other creatures that they've caught throughout the day, cooking them up. You can get the different wafts and smells as they kind of aerate through the area. You do take notice that there seems to be far less archers than there were before. Everything seems very silent. Not too many lights here and there. As it starts to finally get fully dark, you do see the woman that you saw before, Esta, and Ikaron, as she walks into the tower. Doesn't seem to have any issue, which was the elf woman that you met before, and she mentioned that her sister stays here and heals many of the people who come here for help and assistance. And she starts to head up and to the upper floors, from what you can tell. There's a very large section as you kind of peer in. Partially looks like silken web on part of the roof, as far as you can tell, but it's hard to catch a glance from this distance. At this point, you can tell most of the tower seems to have quieted down quite significantly at this point, and doesn't seem to be much noise, though the larger party that you'd seen that had left earlier before it became nightfall hasn't come back yet. Leaves you at this point with Cordia and Keldir as the others kind of decide to scout out a few more areas to make sure nothing creeps up on all of you as you exact this plan.
The hell am I supposed to turn into a gnome? Stupid little creatures.
Why would you need to turn into a gnome?
There are all gnomes in there.
I mean, if you
As far as you can tell, the archers from the second floor are human.
Now this I could work with.
Alright,
I can't see shit.
Oh, hold on.
I really wanted to poke Cordelia.
No, in character. I
Oh.
can't see shit.
Top
I
left.
got no dark vision.
she's in total darkness.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You know what? I'm gonna spend my entire time just with like Ecor on my shoulder, and then like with my eyes closed, I'm just looking through Ecor's eyes.
Watching you.
And then just occasionally stumbling whenever he gets distracted.
I swat the bird off her shoulder and there's nothing she can do about it. No, I'm not gonna do that. No! I didn't mean it. Yeah, sorry, I'm just checking my abilities.
I am going to disguise self as one of the humans who would be looking like I have the. Did the archers look like they have a uniform among them, or are they just wearing a?
Just regular commoner's clothes. A pretty distinct cloak that doesn't really stand out, but it's all the same gray tone.
All right, either way, I get that cloak going with the disguise, and get a very average human, like a Greg kind of thing going on.
Mm. So, you shape to one of the human archers that you saw leaving with the other group, and you can see the different rivets, a little bit of the leather and such, kind of hiding over the quiver full of arrows, and the cloak kind of covering over most, and not a lot of noise being made. Just hear a few people kind of having a few discussions here and there, a little bit loudly from the gnome camp around the corner, and other people who seem to be kind of occasionally yell up and down, either from the area where you saw that people could buy things up to the floor above where the holes are, or others just kind of yelling from across the way through the wall from one of the bricks that you could see through to where the other two people are still remaining from the semi-sectioned off where you saw the barbarian looking folk coming from.
I want to avoid him. It's scary.
On occasion, when you see him come to the water's edge, he looks like a very rattly dressed person. Not really much clothes, just very beat up skins and various pieces of twine and rope holding his outfit together. One skull sitting atop his head. Though the Goliath woman seems very out of place as she kind of just keeps patrol around the area and seemed to have had most command and respect of the barbarians who left, and standing at 8 feet tall with silvery hair, kind of stands out a bit more than the other people around.
I pressed to digitate, damn. Alright, so well, for the most part, I just want to try to enter the building the way this guy would have left it.
Through the front area where the shop seems to be.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
Watch. I can scarcely believe this is working. It's gonna fall apart at any moment now, guys.
But as you get closer, you do take notice that there is one archer looking down. Doesn't really seem to pay any mind to you and your outfit. Just seems to recognize it as one of his own. You could see another sitting before you in the main shop area who seems to be kind of just leaned up against a box drinking one of the bottles from the stock here, and just kind of looking through some of the other apples and such, not really giving a shit of what's going on, just keeping watch over all this stuff.
Plan is working fine. Alright. This Archie guy's not gonna stop me, he doesn't really give a shit.
As you start to go away, he's like, what's up, Greg? And he just throws you a whiskey bottle. Doesn't even pay any mind. Just throws you a bottle like it's a casual day.
I just catch it off the lid and just take a good swing. Just, I forgot some of my items.
Coming down with another cold again?
It's not coming out too well.
I told you to stay away from the leader and the gnomes again. Been eating too much of their fucking stews again.
You know me, I can't resist.
Be sure to cover your damn feet up next time. Don't sleep in the fucking rain.
Yeah, you got me there. Thanks to the booze.
Keep warm.
Will do, thank you. Upstairs. I scarcely believe this is working.
Yeah. So.
Whole operation's gonna come apart at any second now.
Oh god. So. You get up to there and you start to look around and you realize there is a lot more silken webs here than you were expecting. As you kind of look up, you realize the entire roof that domes over with the curve is completely covered in spider webs, and there is one fairly good-sized weaved hole that seems to wrap around in a tunnel, but you can't seem to see the spider that would belong to such a massive tunnel.
I completely shiver from the very thought that there's a giant bug above me.
At the same time as the crow kind of goes to follow along after you, Cordelia, you can see the massive weave, and then just at the brink, at the edge of the tunnel, you can see that what looks like giant spider legs sitting at the edge of this giant web. At this point, you can see the one archer ahead of you, just kind of sitting on the ledge, just kind of looking around, keeping ready to pull back an arrow, but you can tell he's pretty bored. It seems like another casual night to him, not too much going on. You can clearly see a lot of floorboards that have been placed around just to cover up a lot of the holes and falling out bricks, as well as what looks like a doorway that's been kind of knocked out so they can go in between and not have any issues going back and forth.
Seems like they're having a quiet night, so that's good. Over this way. Oh man, this map's really scrolling with me. It's like a 2D platform, but it's not. It's not.
So
I can't. It's Castlevania.
So you get around that corner. You can look over the ledge of the stairs that come up to about your hips. As you look over, you do see what seems to be an elderly orc woman, just kind of wrapped up tight in her bed for the time being. It's just kind of in a makeshift hovel for this section of the castle, as far as you could tell.
She doesn't like have any mask or anything like that makes her look like one of these jester folks.
For this, unfortunately not. You can tell she just looks like probably the person who's been teaching these people how to shoot a bow properly. She's got a very weathered, old-looking longbow beside her, with a very sizable quiver, very tightly packed with multiple shots that you can tell.
Okay, I'm gonna leave her right the hell alone. She'll wake up with a freaking arrow in my eye. Alright, what is behind door number 2?
As you kind of peer down from above there, you don't see much. Seems rather quiet. You do see the older man with the strange raggedy clothes and the skull walking around below. Just occasionally you see him go up to the edge of the water, and a snout of a creature kind of dips out, and he kind of like pats and rubs it and splashes water on it before taking out what looks like a large steak and tossing it into the water. You just see massive jaws dip out and take in the slab of meat very quickly before it vanishes below the water again.
I'm gonna look at my drink with disbelief and think I couldn't have drunk that much already, right?
Very bizarre tower.
I don't know what. I'm going to go over this. I'm going to jump over the door. Or slide around. Boom.
Yeah, you just skirt around. You kick the rope a little bit, but You just skirt around the edge and it's fine.
Alright, I do not want to go in there because thing with giant jaws, strange dude with skull. No, thank you. Alright. Ooh, what's that in the corner?
As you kind of dip over the edge, you look over. It looks like a crate full of various potions. 2 of them, actually. Just kind of sitting there out in the open. At the same time, as you kind of look down across the water near the semi-bridge that seems to exist still half-heartedly. Doesn't look incredibly sturdy, but kind of deceiving with the mortar that's holding it together. You do see the one Goliath woman kind of sitting at the corner edge, kind of over in this direction down below, looking out over the water. Doesn't seem to have really noticed you.
Right, I don't really. I'm going to go over here. I see potions I want to check. And I'm casually strolling over with my drink in hand, taking a swig. I'm looking as casual as possible. Casual Greg. That's my name. With a K.
Alright. Taking it. So just looting through.
Yeah, just having a look. I'm not touching anything at the moment in case anyone is looking at me, but
though they're a little packed in, you can see there's various mixtures between healing potions, odd potions that would have different spell effects. One that's kind of tipped over, for what you can tell clearly is marked bottled breath.
Is like half spilled or something, or is it just tipped over?
Just tipped over. The cork's still in it. It's just there wasn't enough to pack them in all tight so they wouldn't jingle around.
Ah.
But you can tell that these seem to be just various alchemical potions that were probably stolen from other caravans that they most likely decided to keep.
Ooh, if there's a health potion there, I would like to swipe that, but also make sure no one's around taking a look. I'd like to make sure no one's actually looking at me right now as well.
Let's see. What's your passive perception?
He's 10.
Oh god. So yeah, roll me a perception then. Just...
You. Oh yeah, boy.
God. All right. Yeah, nobody sees you at all. It's super in the clear. But you definitely see a few larger potions, clearly health potions, the deep red hues and effervescence.
I'm gonna make it look like my OCD is kicked in. I'm gonna pick out the health potion, try to put the fire potion in, try to find a spot for the health potion. Give up halfway and just shove it in my satchel or something.
Alright. So you actually find are you going for the larger ones or just the smaller ones that might not be noticed?
The smaller ones that probably won't be noticed.
Alright, so you find 3 good old potions of healing. It's 2d4 plus 2.
Oof. Alright, 3.
Yeah. But they're fairly small sized, but you could tell that they would still get the job done.
Yeah. Alright, excellent.
But yeah, you can tell there's still a great many variation of potions still there.
As much as I am sweating from my brow looking at it thinking I could make so much chaos with this, I am going to leave it alone for now.
So, you start strolling back over.
Strolling along. Yeah, with my dark vision, I can see people here.
Oh yeah, you see
Elf?
clearly what looks like an elf actually asleep. She's not meditating.
Oh, who's this sucker then in the corner?
Her, you recognize the other elf as the one who is picking herbs and such. You assume that's possibly her sister.
Oh.
Both fast asleep and clearly what looks like actually a very nicely made bed.
Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Dun-dun.
Gonna walk
Okay.
by quietly.
Okay, look, I am at this point holding my drink up with me and doing the classic tiptoe as I try to sneak in because I'm trying to be polite and not wake them.
Alright, so go ahead and hit that still.
Can't wait to smash the bottle on the ground by accident.
Only if you roll on that one. Alright, thank God it was not. But even on that, the one you saw picking herbs and such,
Yeah.
definitely not. But the one in bed sits up and just kind of looks at you. He's like, "Don't tell me you're sick again."
Look, I'm very sorry. If it is inconvenient, I will come back later.
We might as well. Come here.
Yes.
She sits up, and you could actually see her chanting it seems to be a small prayer just to kind of help bend you over. And goes to press it to your head.
Oh, that is where I'll kind of, lean back a bit like, oh no, I do not want to get you sick as well. And besides, it is, I've been drinking. I do not wish to. I'm sorry. Look, I will come back later when it's more convenient. I am very sorry.
Greg, you've
And I
heard.
will.
Come here. You've already ruined one of my dresses anyway.
I apologize for that.
Are you feeling? You must be worse than I thought. Come here.
I try to put on the straightest accent I can. Yes, I'm feeling better.
Deception. God.
We did it, boys!
I lost my rolls in this game.
We did it, boys!
Just kill me now.
I cannot believe you got a natural one.
What do you mean you cannot believe it? I believe it.
So,
I'd be more shocked if he got anything above a 10.
At least it's this person. As you can tell, she's like, "Stop bluffing, you big baby," and just goes to actually put a hand on your head, and immediately feels your horns. And at this point, you can see her kind of go a little bit wide-eyed as she's looking at you, and looks over towards the archer and back and forth very quickly. As she's not saying anything, but you can tell she's actually very, very shocked at this moment.
Are you okay?
She just grabs your arm and pulls you over towards the bed.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
Who are you? And what are you doing so stupidly like this?
I mean, it's worked so far. Well,
At least you have enough common sense to come at night.
well, yes, it's hard because accent, but everyone seems to think I just have cold, so I roll with that.
If you looking for something to steal, the potions box is over there. That's the best that there is here, but...
Look, I don't want potions. I got this drink, which is quite nice, but look, I'm looking for important documents because they might help save some of my friends. These people did try to sell me into slavery before.
That was
They're
you
not
making all that
exactly them.
noise.
Yes, I was downstairs yelling because they wanted to sell me for 1,000 gold.
They did say you had a bump on your head. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to look at that. Apologies, but...
Oh, I appreciate the gesture either way.
If you're looking for papers, it's going to be near the goblin's bed, but unfortunately that's a little bit of a tight fit on the other end of this tower. Be a little bit hard-pressed to get past his pet without alerting it.
Is that the one with the snout in the water?
That's the savage's pets. She kind of looks down, trying to make sure that nobody was listening to that.
Your secret is safe with me.
She's a bit difficult to work with, but I've been healing her people for some time. Though I mean the abnormally large amount of silk at the entryway.
Oh. That's not going to be fun.
I don't know how delicate your hands are.
Oh, they're baby soft, you want to feel?
She's kind of grabs your shoulder for a moment just to get your attention a little bit more. Like, listen, I don't know what your issue is other than they were trying to sell you, but leave it at that. I would say these people are dangerous, and one of the biggest business dealers are coming here soon.
How soon?
Very likely later tonight.
Oh. That will not also be fun. So I should get what I came here for and leave as quickly as possible. You aren't being held captive here, are you?
I'm not allowed to leave, as far as they'll say.
So you're a captive?
Unfortunately, yes.
Hmm.
I hear.
Perhaps we can help you.
I very much doubt that.
How pretty is she?
I mean, that depends. How does Chiron rate elves? I mean, pure elves.
Holy mama.
No, I would say a pretty good 11. It's very clear that even though she's under threat, she has never been touched here.
Huh. I get down on one knee with her hand in my hand and we will help you as best as we can, my lady.
You see her get very flustered and like, what do I? Get up.
Target destroyed.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Alright, if I can get the paperwork, my comrades and I can eventually help you and your companion here.
It would be appreciated. Luckily, they've not laid hands on me and my sister, but that's just due to my cooperation.
I would advise to continue cooperating for now until we can get you out of here.
I've heard that a lot of times already. You should just worry about yourself.
I would get you both out of here, but I can only cast invisibility once. Okay. I will try get my documents, and then we will try come back for you at a later date when we know we can get you.
Just don't do
Yes?
anything foolish. And when you go looking for these papers, beware of those silken strands. The creature watches the doorways at night.
Alright, thank you very much. You try to have yourself a good night. Sorry for waking you.
Good night. Try not getting sick again, Greg. And she just gives you a wink as you could see one of the archers are over here.
I just smile and wave.
Fucking idiot. Sorry.
Alright, so I'm assuming that it's back down through this way.
You could guess then.
Alright, I'm just gonna... How far away would Cordelia and the others be from me roughly right now?
Roughly, let's just rough estimate. Probably 80
Are we
feet.
really that close?
Possibly, but it's realistically, I would say probably like another couple feet from there. So probably 80 feet, unless you would say you're further away than that.
I mean, perfect. I can use message.
Alright.
Just message Chaldea. So, did you guys get all that? I assume the bird is following, right?
Yeah, the bird's with you. Unless
I'm just assuming it because she can't see.
I assume Cordelia is telling me everything, so...
Yeah.
Yes? How is it going?
It's going quite well. I got a free bottle of booze. I got a couple of bottles of potions. I'm having a good time. Alright.
Very surprised that woman didn't try to turn you in.
Look, you and me both, but it's because of my lovely charm.
As you were standing there, you realized that below you, the Goliath woman was looking up at you, kind of just standing there for a good minute. What?
I will notice this, look down at her, wave with my booze bottle before drinking and then continuing forward.
Just kind of shakes her head, and you could see her actually disappear into the side room that was clearly added on after the tower fell.
I'm a disappointment to the god. Alright, so lots of silken webs. Scary stuff. I don't want to go in there.
Looking down there, you can see that clearly goes down to the first floor. There's a few beds. There's one side room you can't see clearly, but there's still the one man that seems pretty covered in rags and just kind of strolling back and forth, and then finally kind of disappears out of view. You can hear him kind of mumble singing as he kind of dips his feet in the water.
Does there appear to be any silks?
In this area, no. There actually doesn't seem to be any silk at all in this section. Just in the main set area that you saw. Far larger over here.
She said it would be difficult, like a goblin hole. And to avoid the mistake I made last time of kicking the rope, I'm just gonna walk along the wall. Get down before anyone notices me walking perpendicular on a fucking wall.
Fucking spider bugs.
I love them so much.
So, come back out into this main area. You can see the archers kind of keeping eyes out, and then the one area that crosses over. But you do notice that there are a few silk strands.
This is the room with the scary thing in the roof.
Yes. Which at this point you would notice that the funnel is actually right above this section here.
Which section where? I'm not seeing a ping or anything.
Right over here.
Why do I feel like that's where I need to go? I don't want to go up scary hole. Right, I'm going to... Hang on, I need to talk to someone.
Goblins, giant creatures, pretty ladies, potions.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Chiron gets kidnapped again.
This time by far more dangerous people.
And not by your regular garden gnomes.
Garden variety gnomes, you mean?
The terrifying part is that this is with even less people in the building.
Not your average garden variety gnome. Cool Poshak for gnome president.
Alright, I'm very sorry about that.
All good.
Alright.
Will be.
No. You will be. Alright. Just again, message Cordelia and ask her what the deal is with this spider hole, as I am not willing to go near it.
I wouldn't go near it either. There's a really big spider in there. I
I
don't
hate spiders.
like the look of it.
I don't like the look of spiders either with
Deeply.
the bug eye.
Avoid at all costs.
Wait, Cordelia, why don't you just send Ecor in to get him? Get the papers.
Yeah, let's do that.
Ecor's invisible and he has grasping appendages.
Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
Christ.
Because who wants to trust the imp?
I guess, yeah, fair point.
Also, Chiron got to meet the pretty elf priestess.
Well, that means you can save the elf priestess now.
It's alright. Yeah, we'll have Ecor go grab the papers while Kyron keeps an eye out.
I'm just sitting here with, you know, with like a finger pointed in the rough direction of where they are, like on my chest, so it looks less suspicious. Taking a swig of my drink.
Like, do that thing that like people do when they're like bored and like, you know, like swing your finger around your body, like, oh yeah, I'm having a great time drinking by this
Yeah, like
spider.
I've got like a tune in my head and I'm pointing my finger to the beat.
Mm-hmm.
Someone will think I'm just having like a fit or something.
You alright?
Performance. Roll a 1. He's having a seizure.
I gotta save him.
Get the elf. Look at you, Greg. Go back again.
Oh my god.
So, Razi, you can see where Ecor's token is, right?
No, actually.
Really?
I never got sight for Ecor.
I
I don't believe Ecor actually has any sight.
Just gave it to him.
Oh no, wait, hang on, there we go. I can see him now.
There you go. That's where Kyron is.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
It's he keeps discussing dinner with me, so
I like the way that this, all of this like building stuff you've got set up is side on.
yeah, it's really fucking with me.
Yeah.
It's side on, but it's not.
Yeah. It's the floor.
Yeah, it's a fallen tower. Or some shit like that.
It's fucking with you visually.
Yeah, it's
There's just a door over to the side.
But no, the area Chiron was pointing to is up this way, and then the giant web funnel covers this 4 square area.
I see. Fortunately, as an Australian, I know a thing or two about spiders. Visible does not mean invisible to spiders. Because if we touch the webs, they'll know.
You must be the silent.
God damn, you're good.
That's basic magical spider logic.
That's
It's basic any
That's
spider
basic
logic.
real
Yeah.
spider logic.
yeah, that's real spider logic, dude. Like, how do you think they catch tarantulas? You jiggle the fucking webs even just a little bit, and the tarantula comes out.
Especially
Catch
like
a funnel web spider.
trapdoor spiders and fucking funnel webs and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like this one. They just sit there and wait until something hits the webs.
Nah, man, you don't even need to catch a funnel
need-
web. They fucking try to catch you.
Yeah, they catch you.
They're fucking
Alright.
aggressive little.
Alright, I want Eco to shift into his imp form.
Alright.
And then he has to fly without touching the webs to get to where we want him to be.
Alright.
Why don't you just have him fly around the exterior and look for an opening?
I mean, if you could do that and then tell me about it, I could also just walk up the wall to it.
Why are you immediately risking the easiest to spot route?
So what do you want to do?
You know what? Nah, I like the idea of checking around the outside. Let's do that first.
Alright. So, even just heading out past here, no webs as far as you can tell. You can see the outer fixings of the main tower itself. And even just flying overhead, as you can also tell, there's a very clear entryway going in over here. And you can see the one archer that's kind of keeping posted up, but not too many eyes. And then fly this this boy over here. As you can see from over top, and if you look to the south, you can see the main parts of the tower that cover over, but doesn't seem to be really used. It only partially covers over, but gives enough roofway to make home out of this hovel just a bit. Bouncing it back over. Also, just so you could see where the elves were, because you would have seen this. But
Nice elves.
yeet. Flying to the outside, you could see pretty clearly. Easy to get to the second floor here, even down below on the first floor where all the wood and trash was thrown. You can see the two entry points here, as well as you can. Ikor's looking over and manages to catch a view of your possible culprit, kind of snuggled up tight with the halfling. It's a great image.
What are you giggling at?
Can we keep him?
What's going on? I can't see anything.
He's adorable.
So I missed that because people keep cutting out for me. But what did you see?
I have seen the goblin.
Mr. J.
Snuggled up tight with the halfling in between the main floor, and the only little area that you could skirt between is a door opening down below. You can see clearly is where he's dumped like excess wood and trash and rubbish, or where the gnomes have been picking through. At this point, you could also see that in the doorway on the main floor itself, from where Ikor's perched, there's silken web all over the floor here, just over the slate arch. But as they're snuggled up tight, you do see their effects beside them in their packs. The goblin's effects kind of just bundled up very tight with a few cords of rope wrapping it around a couple times over. Very sloppily, but obviously very tightly bound. At the same time, you could also see the one archer occasionally looking back and forth. You can see he's just got a small little chair as he kind of sits there on the edge looking out over the range of everything. Looks over to make sure his boss and everyone else is still asleep and not making any noise or any weird shit's going on. Then continues looking out and starts eating a ration as he just kind of starts humming a little tune. You do see one little jester's baton with a little happy goblin face with a jester's hat on top of it on the whole little staff itself.
I don't remember what I asked Leroy, not Leroy, the bird to grab.
So starts scooting in.
But I'm gonna do one thing. I can cast touch spells through familiars.
Oh no.
So I'm going to have Ikor cast Cat's Grace on himself.
Oh, very nice. Alrighty. So, with this, he go ahead and roll a stealth as he kind of gently flutters over and starts finagling with the pack and his effects near Mr. Mr. J.
Mr. J.
Stealth.
Stealth. Stealth is a vital part of Metal Gear Online.
Alright.
Did you say Metal Gear Online?
And now sleight of hand, just so you don't make any noise while opening up this bundle of questionable items that this goblin seems to have collected. Very nice. So, as you can see through Icar's eyes, he's shifting through and starts untying some of the pack. You can see there's a few bits and bobs here and there, metal, wood, other pieces that look like knives, strange little leather balls that are just kind of set there. It looks like a juggler set, and other strange jester's effects that were just kind of wrapped up and put away. Takes a little bit of time, but he manages to open up where there's a small little box that looks like it has papers kind of sticking out of it. They flutter a little bit, make a small hint of noise, but not enough to wake the two as it kind of scrapes against the dirty cloth that was wrapping everything. You can see what looks like different wax strips and markings that fell out, and other pieces that look like ink markings. Probably what you're looking for. Unless you want to try opening it right there and then. You want him to open it right then and there. Other than that, it doesn't really look like there's anything in relevance between papers and other possible information. Just odd little leather balls that look like they've been kind of chewed. Others that look like different collections of jingling bells that are meant to be sewn onto his outfit. Soft, fluffy, multicolored balls, and others to add more decoration to his outfit and Jester's clothes.
Wait a minute. If all the archers are human, how can they see shit in the dark?
Why do you think they're so bored?
Oh, this is great.
There's only just a little bit of light for where they are, and that's about it. They don't have much else than that.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun with this.
Why do you think they have a giant fucking spider watching the fucking boss's room?
Yeah, that's why I'm not going near it.
Oh, come on, Jester.
Come on, kill Jester.
How big was the opening to the spider again?
For that? 10 feet.
Yeah. Like the hole is 10 feet across?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a big fucking spider.
Yeah, it's a large spider.
It's a nope.
It's a fantasy hunter spider.
Mortine ain't gonna cut it.
It's a big fucking nope. And then there's also that one anonymous creature in the water.
Just a big huntsman.
Giant huntsman spider launches out and like, hey, the fuck you doing?
It's free real estate.
It's too much space here. I don't like it. Let's take this thing into like a different area and then open it before we leave.
Alright. So you want to go around to the ledge nearby, or actually to the top of the tower?
Yeah, let's go back on top of the tower first.
Alright.
I've got a plan for when.
Just because I actually have it there. Blah. Alright. So you get up there, you can actually see Chiron in disguise sitting
Just sitting here, just drinking away and just leaning against the wall, bored
Like,
while
I
I'm
just
waiting.
came up from like here, didn't I?
Yep.
Just went, and then Khan's like over here.
Mm-hmm. So, you pop that open. You could see mixtures of different kinds of papers, others listing things that are probably in the warehouse. You're not sure how many. others that look like golem parts, others that have listings of how many golem parts could be in there, other parts that they're clearly been requisitioned, different materials between silver, gold, different kinds of steel and metal and iron that have been requisitioned for acquisition, as written out, not to seem as seedy. And then you could see in the goblins writing steal this, steal that, written out in separate notes from previous jobs. You could see that.
Perfect.
You could see what looks like one stamp from maybe who this box belonged to. It's clearly not the court jester stamp. It's just the sealing wax. You're not sure where the seal is.
Perfect.
So you have all the papers and what might possibly be in the warehouse, except the actual seal to show that it is the court jesters.
Satan, is that you?
Alright.
Yes.
Take that as a yes.
Got what we wanted. Let's
Oh my god! I'm gonna cry!
head back, I suppose.
Satan's crying.
Oh my god, that was fucking great!
Are you gonna tell?
You
Hiram
just
that
tell
we're done?
Kyron, or you're just leaving me.
No, I meant back to Kyron.
So you go to flutter down. The box probably won't be visible, just as a forewarning, because it's a pretty sizable compared to Ecor.
That's
Right.
fine, we're giving it to Kyron.
Oh no! All right, so yeah,
Okay then.
Ecor stuffs all the papers and effects quickly back in the box, and then Kyron, as you're kind of looking around, roll a stealth for Ecor.
Me roll a stealth?
Oh no, Cordelia. Because
Okay.
a box is literally flying down, even though it's still dark out. It's still pretty notable in the moonlight to see a box falling down.
It's like PUBG. Man.
Oh wow! Never mind.
Ecor is a master of stealth.
Yes.
Yo, you wanna cast that spell on me?
Fucking. So literally, as both of the fucking archers look away, and Kyron's just kind of playing up, drinking, the box just immediately floats down silently. Ecor stuffed all the papers back in, so there's no fluttering. And then, without saying a single word, just suddenly, Kyron, you feel it get shoved into your hands, like it's supposed to be there.
That's creepy. Okay, I put it like in my satchel. Good to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna pat Kyron and put Cat's Grace on him instead.
So I've got stealth, but okay.
Stealth and slide up.
Since Eagle's not gonna need it now.
Going to keep on communicating as there is a hostage situation in here as well.
Well, you can like make them invisible, right?
Yes, but only
Just
one
do
at a
that.
time.
They won't have a problem with you leaving, right?
No, they won't have a problem with me leaving. His problem is that I will need to use I cannot cast it twice. I can, but one at a
Oh.
time.
Are you? Once you make her invisible, then you just leave.
There are two of them.
Oh yeah, there are two of them.
Okay.
Can you make other people change shape?
No. But I can make I can make one of them fly, and they can come out to you. I mean, they've got human guards. How far do you think they can even see?
I guess that is a fair point.
I mean, look at Cordelia. She's blind.
How far up is this floor from the
This floor is actually 25 feet up.
Okay. Because I will note that Cat's Grace also makes it so 20-foot falling distance will actually not hurt you at all.
So, effectively, if they hang off the edge and then just jump down, it won't hurt them at all.
So make the one that's less, you know, careful, invisible, then take the other one and make them fly, and you just leave. Sounds pretty simple.
It does in principle, but that's if everything goes according to plan. I must give this a shot.
If necessary, I can also cast Stone Shape.
I don't know what that does. I'm not sure if I want them.
It lets me reshape stone.
Is
I
it
could block
quiet?
a pathway or open a new one.
I don't think we need to alert anyone that we are here. Okay. Tiptoe up and wake up the one I was talking to. Yeah. Give her a couple of pokes.
If you feel like being tricky, I can also cast Feign Death.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary.
So, as he goes over to poke someone awake, Igor does notice that the Goliath woman was kind of standing at the doorway of what seems to be the addition with some extra supplies clearly behind her, looking up at Chiron curiously of why he's going back over, obviously still in different form, looking like the supposed Greg figure. But as she kind of sits up, she's like,
What are you doing? You're supposed to be leaving already.
I told you that I would get you and your friend here out of here. And my friends and I have come up with a little plan.
I want to believe you, but there's nobody else here.
That you can see. And I'm just look, I can turn you invisible, and I can make one of you fly. Alternatively, one of you invisible, walk out. I can communicate with you mentally, so that way no one can hear us. As soon as you leave the building, there is a small hill. Up on that hill are my friends. If you get there, I will keep in contact with you. You tell me if when you get there, I will then turn your friend invisible, and they can go next. They won't care if I leave, but they will probably care if you leave. This way no one can see you. And you may not know it, but this bird that is probably invisible, Cordelia, will be...
Go show yourself for a moment.
Hello.
Yeah, he has that effect. I'm not a big fan of him either.
Yeah, he's not even in bird form right now, he's an imp.
yeah.
Yeah, when did he become imp?
I've always been imp.
Okay, that's creepy. I prefer the bird. Right. But yes, yeah, we can get you out of here.
I'm the one who took the flower to Cordelia.
I will kill you, I swear to God.
I will come back anyway.
It will be satisfying nonetheless. Look, this isn't even unbelievable. We'll settle this later. Alright.
You just see a very distinct look of concern from Lyra as she's just looking at you like, what the fuck?
We have personal issues. That is not the time, okay? Look, get you out of it. You want to talk to your friend about this? Wake them up. The option is you stay here as captive longer. That's the alternative.
You can see she pauses for a moment just to kind of take all of this in, and then, is there anyone who could quickly get across river.
I mean,
If we jump,
if I make...
if we jump down, there's no way for her to get across. If I'm invisible,
No.
I'll be on the other side of the river.
Well, I can make you fly, so if you want to, you can get down very easily. You just have to be very quiet.
I'll try and slip out invisible. You can grant the ability to fly to my sister. They don't worry about her.
Alright, because flying is probably the easier option, as you can... this is just a big... Right, this whole section is just open area, right?
Yep. And it's just one dude watching.
She could literally just fly out into the dark, and he probably would not notice if I go up there and distracted him for a moment. Alright. I will grant your friend flight. Once you get... You just go straight out that way out there. I point out in the direction of the darkness. The gods are human. They can barely see in front of them. Come on. And once you're out there, head... and I point in the direction where my friends should be. There is a small hill. You will see my friends there. Go to them. They will help you. Then, once that is done, I will help you. And I point at the other lady here. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Yeah. Guess you can't see it because of because of my disguised self. But I do pull my loot out. But I guess to them they don't see it, not necessarily. And I kind of quietly do the spell for flying. very low tune.
You just see the one dude kind of look around like, what the fuck was that?
I'm gonna have Eco hop up real quick, just tap both of them. I'll just cast my Cat's Grace at level 3 so that it affects both of them.
It's beautiful.
Alright. You? Okay, now you can fly. You just go to head out that way and go straight up to the west, I believe, to the hill. And you will see my friend. You can see in the dark fine.
Eco can distract the guard as a big spider.
Cool. Are you saying this to me through message or?
I mean, I just have Eco tell you things.
I was gonna say that's because I had already cancelled message a while ago.
Distract the big spider.
Oh yeah, no. When you actually used message, I counted out the words I was telling you. I gave you an exact 25-word response. Everything else, I just have Eco tell you.
Nice. I just keep recasting it.
I mean, you can just talk to Eco.
Yeah, I know. All right. This plan will work. It will work. I have good feelings.
I'll see you over there, sister. And you can see her kind of hesitantly step out, start to hover in the air to get used to it for a brief moment, and then quickly up and over the edges of the fallen tower itself, just so she can remain out of sight as long as possible.
Yeah. Zoom. There goes my hero.
So, yeah, Cordelia, oh, not Cordelia, but Chaldeer would sense that she's near as she kind of touches down.
Was I told any part of this plan?
Hopefully.
Yeah, message Caldera. Did the lady get there?
Yeah, you'd see the.
Yes. Who the hell is this?
I'll explain later. Cut communication, and I also end concentration on fly, so that way I can now turn to the other lady. Just well, time for you to disappear, my dear. And I do a little diddling. She turns invisible. Alright. If we both walk across the bridge, I can be the one with my drink here making the drunk noise so they don't notice you.
Perfect.
Alright, just stay behind me and everything should be fine. Alright, time to put on my best drunky walk voice. Drunky walk. As I go across the bridge with the drink in hand, kind of swaying a bit, looking really happy with myself and just drinking. Do I need a roll performance for this? Yes.
Yes, and also immediately as you're kind of walking out, you just hear from down below you. You can see the Goliath woman looking at you. Greg, you better not have laid any hands on those women.
No, I'm just not feeling the best tonight. It's not been a...
Oh, sorry. No, I should not talk too loudly. We are sleeping.
Roll deception.
Okay. Come on, baby, don't fail me now. Yeah.
Oh, fucking God. Just need to double check if that is even possible to beat first. Oh, God. I don't think they could. I need to...
You know, the best part is I feel sorry for the real Greg when he comes back into work tomorrow. What did you do with the ladies? I don't know.
Where are they? But no. You can see her kind of squint for a moment. Alright. I better not see you crossing that bridge again.
No. I am gone now. I am going and not coming back. Alright. I'll catch you later. I kind of give a wave with my booze bottle.
Be sure to use those health potions you took to better effect than the last.
Yes. Hopefully they make me feel better as well. And off I stumble. She saw me take him back.
Oh boy. So, partway over, you just hear, "Ha!" And then immediately after she hits the pavement, you can hear one of the bricks fall out and go into the water as immediately the woman looks back up at you.
I'm going to... sorry, I tripped. This place really needs a lot of repair.
Don't move.
Uh-oh. No problem, I stay here.
And you see her start heading towards the main entrance area. She grabs what looks like the wood bridge and starts bringing it over so she could walk around.
I just kind of
You can tell you
look
have
at the lady.
a little bit of where you assume she is.
Okay, I look at where I assume the lady is. Just keep going. I will distract her.
Just immediately gets up. Oh God. Oh my fucking God.
I can't believe that failed.
You just immediately hear a rope and the bucket fall down into the hole.
How? How
She-
is she so
She is
bad?
rolling with advantage, right?
Yeah!
Jesus Christ!
How?
Why didn't you just have the one that was flying carry the other one?
Because she wouldn't be strong enough. It's two women.
Okay.
They're fucking
Okay, is the giant currently paying attention to me?
she's
You get distracted.
walking her way up there. But at
At the moment she can't see me?
right now, no. She turned the
Okay,
corner. Which,
I walk
Caldeer and
underneath
Cordelia,
the
you actually see this large 8-foot woman start making her way towards the upper tower.
Okay, I just walk underneath the bridge. So I'm now standing upside down.
Uh, at this point...
As I-
This is so bad! At this point, you can hear the older woman wake up from that noise. The Goliath woman is getting to the top of the stairs, and keep in mind this is all happening because Cordelia and Kelly, you saw her going up. She's still invisible. So Chiron, let me just place you as you walk underneath, and like effectively above that. And you see this man who's still soaking his feet, looking up at you like, what the fuck?
I can explain. You see, a long time ago, my father gave me these really cool shoes. And they let you stick to many surfaces. Would you like to try them?
Roll deception with a disadvantage, because fucking no way a man would have that shit after being there so long.
Ecole would be following him.
Yeah.
Where's he going?
Hold on.
Please roll so badly that I still convince him otherwise. Please.
Oh my god, this is going so fucking awry!
Why does this woman not... Why can't she step over a...
She's a priest! She's not a stealther!
You make it sound like she's got like -5 instead.
She's a fucking priest! She heals people, that's it! Oh god! At this point, as the man just kind of soaking his feet, feels it get nudged by his pet. And which at this size, you can see what looks like a very large eel or shark. You're not even sure. At this point, he seems distracted enough. He's like, oh, you fucking lucky. But then again... I would love to have one of those. I fucking hate going around to the front of this shithole. Then again, it's good food and free shit. So
It's always very convenient when I want to get to the kitchen without no one seeing.
oh.
Silverest tongue in the world, boys.
So at this point, you do actually hear the woman start stomping across the stonework, looking around. Just kind of yells out, "Greg, where are you?"
I'm assuming this guy's looking at me like, is she looking for you? And I'm just gonna hold up my booze bottle and just kind of chuckle a little bit to myself and give that, that shh kind of motion to him.
Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion.
Yep.
Alright then.
So, she's pretty angrily looking around. Immediately, you can hear her start stomping towards where the priest's room was.
Uh-oh. Alright.
Alrighty, finally, fucking
Be right back.
Oh no.
Send Ecor up.
Just on a brief note, you can... Calder, you can sense it because you have blind sense. Though the second woman arriving, as the other elf informed you that the strange man who's supposedly Greg, not sounding like him, is helping her and her sister escape. And so you finally...
You both better be the elves, or I'm going to get a little bit agitated that you managed to find me this easily. In the dark.
In the dark.
With both elves, yes.
Alright, close enough.
So... we were also told to come over the hill into this section by the men.
Oh yes, the, Chiron, yeah. Where is Chiron?
At this point, you hear, "Everyone get up! They're gone!"
Oh, okay,
At this point, I would very much like to cast invisibility on myself. Because I still have one more, because I can use it innately as a racial feat, and then innately as a part of my DOS loot.
Alright, go ahead.
I am invisible.
I'll send Ecor back to the goblin.
Alright. So, there you are. As he starts going over there, just in a quick throwdown, roll me initiative just to see how fast this happens in order. So
Oh, me?
all of us?
yeah, or no, just Chiron and the man below him.
I already hit initiative on Ecor.
Just double checking his speed. Oh boy.
What?
Alright. You
How
may.
dare you be faster than me?
Yeah, just with a +1 too, know this. Okay then.
He
So
never
what the
bought
shit?
your story.
This all went to shit so quick. At least I'm, what, 25 feet above him?
Alrighty. Immediately as he kind of hears this and sees you, and puts two and two together, especially on the weird prospect of the Goliath woman yelling at you earlier. Just quickly raises his hands, make a streak saving throw as plants pop out of the brick and mortar and start grabbing at you.
Make a what?
Streak saving throw.
Oh, good. My favorite. Yeah, nah.
God damn.
I'm restrained.
So yeah.
-2.
So yeah, you just hear him yelling, "Over here! I've got him!" As you feel the plants wrap around you. Go ahead and roll a strength save again, just to try it. Well, let's see. Hold on, I need to double check what it would be. Because you are now you are now restrained and hanging up.
Oh yeah, I'm very restrained. I ain't getting out of that.
Yeah. So.
Alright, I assume Ecor would have heard that too, right? Like on the...
Oh, definitely. You could...
Okay, I send Ecor straight back to him.
Yeah, because he wouldn't even gotten close. Like, just Ecor just comes back down and immediately sees Chiron wrapped up. Hold on.
Because the goal here essentially is that I'm gonna use Ecor to cast Freedom of Movement on Chiron.
Help me. Oh, please.
Help me, neighbor.
No ball.
Oh, let's just throw that. Alright, that works perfectly because she's down there. She would just be coming to the edge and leaning over to see the man entangled. No longer this guy's really working, just kind of going through him. and grabbing onto something that's not his actual shape, and then Ikor.
Hello. How you doing?
You're not going anywhere. Where are
I
they?
get all the. Look, I don't know, Batman.
So, yeah, freedom of movement, by the way.
Yeah.
Unaffected by difficult terrain, spells and other magical effects can neither reduce the target's speed nor paralyze or restrain them.
Oh my God.
And they can spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints, such as manacles or a creature that has a grapple.
Very nice.
Also, being underwater imposes no penalties.
Boy.
Alright. So you cast Freedom Rune at Chiron. Chiron, you have full move and everything. Is this strange druid and the Goliath is standing over you. Well, the Goliath can't actually reach you, but she's kind of leaning over and she can still see your form.
He's gonna give a wave like I'm a lot more handsome like this for sprinting up to the wall.
Just running across the wall sideways.
Pretty much. And let's see. I went 5, 10, 15, 20. How high up is the wall from here? Like to the roof?
Cue yak.
I couldn't resist. Literally just going down that and being like probably a good 10 feet above the water right now would just be 15 feet in total.
To get to the roof.
Getting down from there entirely would be full 25.
Oof. Alright, well, let's see. I've gone 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I got another 10 feet, and then I will... They can't chase me. They can't chase me. I'm gonna dash and go along the wall, I guess. What is this right here exactly?
That is just a deep slope, which with your spider boots active anyway has no effect on you. You just go right over it.
Alright, yep. So I head towards the ground now, down here. Around the corner.
Alright.
Alright, fuck, I don't know how much, because I went down to the ground, so I assume I have no more movement left. I used 50 just to get to, like, here, I think.
You have 60, right?
Yeah.
If you dash, so you would have another 2 squares to go. You'd be fine with that.
Alright, so I'm down here. I'm gonna hide down here for a minute while they all figure out what the hell's going on.
So, at this point, everyone's just kind of freaking out and running around in panic. Could just, I'll just remove.
Spider-Man just ran across the wall.
Yeah, I'll just remove that because there's no possible.
That's beautiful.
At this point, Ikor would see the pet that they have. Is fucking this man quickly like splashes. You can hear him whistle out and jumps onto the back of this thing and starts going upstream. But you see him just quickly riding out past to where you went, Karen, assuming you ran off faster to look around.
Eat my ass, weird shark thing.
So, what'd you want to do with Ikor? As everyone starts breaking out into panic now, everyone's waking up.
I mean, he's just gonna cause a bit of havoc elsewhere to give Kyron a bit of free space.
Where to? The goblin?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
He's gonna go to the goblin and cast inflict wounds on him.
ahead and hit that roll.
Alright, do I get advantage on the goblin?
Yes, you do, because he's still fast asleep.
This music is great.
See, if I didn't use my fourth level slot for freedom of movement, I was gonna go harass the goblin by just like putting like a wall over him. Alright,
Oh,
here you go. Just there it is. Level 1.
oh my fucking god.
Fucking
Oh,
roll.
fuck.
Shit.
So literally just followed by the most agonizing scream ever as you just hear "Ah!" And Silga just immediately sits up. Fucking Mr. J sits up. As Ikor fucking is just sitting there fucking zapping the shit out of this goblin.
It's like you walked in with a taser.
Oh my god. God!
Brutality.
It's fucking. Is he gonna try and. Oh, fucking Christ. Oh my god. Just a quick initiative check on this fucking difference between fucking Ikor and Silga to see if she'd be able to strike at him real quick.
Oh, Igor is fucking on.
Alright, so yeah.
Christ.
He is easily able to disengage if you're going to do so. Fucking
Yeah, that's pretty much the point. He's just drawing attention up here.
Alright, so yeah, Ikor just dips on out, fucking vanishes.
Run up, jump off the ledge, and fly down to the lower area.
It just vanishes. You just hear fucking Goblin jump up in anger, and Silga's like, "Come down, Mr. J! Mr. J!" It's like, "Get out of here! That's it! That's it!" And you just hear him yelling out, as you can see, like, this big-ass spider fucking climbing out from the ceiling up above as he goes to get on top of it. Oh my fucking...
And down the bottom, I'm just gonna have him cast like light on a rock and then peg it off in it, like off this. Damn it, that's not the rule. Like, just gonna throw it out this way.
Alright, so yeah, you just hear everyone like, "Get that in! Get it!" And you can hear the fucking Goliath woman talking with someone else like, the girls have escaped! Quick, fucking find them! Where the fuck is that other asshole?
Where is Kyron? He's taking a while. Is he alright, Cordelia?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm currently hearing through Ecor's ears, so real me is deaf.
I don't know if I know that, so.
Yeah. Cordelia does not respond.
So, Kyron, you can hear all this going on, so you have a brief window here.
Woo! I go invisible.
Just take your blessing and quickly run across the river and fucking up and out.
And then just sprint across the river and fucking hung. Just, hey guys.
Is your keep infested with tiefling bards? Take this free online quiz. Oh, there you are.
Oh yeah, the elf lady would not be invisible anymore because I would have cancelled concentration on that when she got to them.
Yep.
I'd still be invisible though, so
I will lightly shake Cordelia at his arrival.
I will come out of invisibility. Boo.
Yes, I already knew you were there.
Blindsight.
Way to disappoint me.
Yes, I know. Did you get that box?
Yes, I have the box here.
Cordelia, wake up!
Alright. It's alright, I was just causing a bit of havoc on the other side.
Sounds like you were having a lot of fun.
So,
Oh, yes.
Alright, let's get out of here.
In brief
There's
instance,
more I would have
just
liked to do.
just as you see both riding out with Archer and the Goliath woman in tail kind of running after them. It's just everyone kind of going absolutely apeshit this place, running after in the direction where the light is.
What light?
The light that
The light that I cast on a rock through Ecor and threw off in the opposite direction of us.
Oh, that's a good meme.
That is a good meme.
But yeah, you just see that running out, so you know you have a window that's closing.
Alright, well, let's leave. We can do formal introductions once we're at the gates.
Yeah, let's leave.
Go, 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 go!
This actually worked.
Fucking...
We did it, boys. We did it.
Oh, God. Her first fucking set of rolls for that shit was a 7 and a 4, followed by a 1 and an 8.
Yikes.
It was horrible. And even worse after that was a 3 and a 4.
How? Those are like me rolls.
She has no dex mod.
I've got a 4 in my dex mod, which is good at least. Right. Dex mod? No, sorry. Hang on. I got a 3.
So, with that, you're actually able to escape into the darkness of the forest and start heading back to Arcton with the 2 elven women in question. In which, at this point, I will leave off there as you're escaping back to the front gates with your
That James Bond music in tow.
two elven women that were kept prisoners by the court jesters, the strange goblin nicknamed Mr. J by Silga, as the rest of the tower descends into total chaos, along with the acquisition of the papers and information of what is most likely going to be in that warehouse and what they are keeping there, and also in request of what they want to receive there.
That's disappointing. I wanted to talk to them, but yeah, I guess, something for next time.
That was almost a serious fucking issue.
Just the end of that started going to shit real quick.
I mean, it was a very much on the fly.
But it worked quite well.
You can't interpret my plan if I don't have a plan in the first place.
Do you think he plans it all out, or just makes it up as he goes? I am Jack Sparrow.
God damn, that was... You're lucky Ecor was there, man. That was some seriously dangerous shit going on right there.
I am unlucky that